On this Charge Overland adventure, we drive over 1,000 miles on a road trip to Sedona, Arizona. We make a quick stop at the Hoover Dam, explore the Broken Arrow Trail in Sedona at sunset and into the dark, check out an amazing hike, test the limits of the Rivian's range, and camp at some beautiful locations. Stay tuned. Our trip started on Friday evening, and we would be heading to Las Vegas to pick up our friend Steven before we started our adventure on Saturday morning. All right, we were at the Rivian Charger in Barstow for a quick stop before we get to Las Vegas. It's saying it's only going to take 18 minutes for us to go from 28% up to 70%. So we'll keep an eye on that. That would be pretty quick, hoping it actually charges that fast. All right, we're charged up to 70%. Took 24 minutes. Got to get moving. We have to pick up my buddy Stephen Liu in Las Vegas in about 2 hours. All right, we're at Electrify America behind Caesar's Palace, and most of these Electrify America stations are not working. This is the only charger that's working for us right now, so gonna grab some dinner and let the truck charge up. After a quick dinner, we got back to the truck and had 86% charge, went to the hotel, got some sleep, and woke up the next morning ready to start our adventure. On our way to Sedona was the Hoover Dam, and we thought it would be pretty cool to stop really quick and check it out. I hadn't been here since I was probably 6 years old. I remembered it being much bigger, but it was still pretty cool to see this again in person. Our first charging stop was at the Rivian charging station in Kingman. This was a really seamless charging experience. We grabbed some lunch, got back to the truck after about an hour, and we were ready to head to Sedona. This next stop was a quick bathroom break, and there happened to be a charging station right by where we were using the restroom. So I decided to see how much charge I could get in about 10 minutes. We added 25 kilowatt hours and the truck went from 48 to 64% battery, and we were back on the road. We arrived in Sedona and immediately started airing down our tires. We met up with my friend Caleb, who's got this awesome built-out Tundra, and our first plan of action was to check out the Broken Arrow Trail. Almost immediately, this trail is incredibly scenic, and we ran into this fun rock section. The Rivian made easy work of these small obstacles, but there was a lot more still to come. So much fun. Left a little bit. We took a moment at this turnout just to soak up the amazing views at sunset, but we had to get moving. There was still a lot of trail to cover. For the majority of this trail, I had the Rivian in the off-road mode in the rock crawl setting. I'm still getting used to not having lockers and a traditional four-wheel drive setup, but I gotta say this truck is really easy to drive off-road. It was a pretty cool experience to be tackling this trail after dark. As we approached the final obstacle on this trail, I really had no idea what to expect, but Caleb told me it's really steep and just be ready for your truck to slide a little bit. All right, we are approaching Devil's Staircase here.
Oh, you're good. Now right, yeah, and straighten up. And then it's a slide. Yeah, you got this, dude. Yeah, it's fully skid. Full skid place. It's crazy how slippery it gets. Woo! Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Well, Caleb was right. The truck definitely slid. This was a lot steeper than it looks on camera, but it wasn't too technically challenging. You really just have to be patient and take your time as you make your way down this hill.
Yeah, coming up this would suck. You going sideways.
This has been a spot that's been on my bucket list for quite a long time, and it was great having my buddy Caleb come along with us to show us through the trail. Such a cool experience to do this right at sunset and into the dark. We finished up a little bit later than we had originally planned, but we still had to air our tires back up. And this new Indeflate that I actually got from Caleb made this process a lot faster. It splits the hose, and if you're doing any off-roading, I definitely pick one of these up. It saves a lot of time. We were all pretty wiped out after a long day and ready to get to camp, but also very hungry, and this was the only place that was open. Wouldn't be an overlanding trip without heading to the Molden Arches. We made a quick pit stop and then headed out to set up our camp.
Big bird energy.
Big bird, dude, there's some big bird energy over there. After a little laugh over me recording bird noises for this video, it was time to eat some breakfast. I got the iKamper disco set up, and Christina cooked up an awesome breakfast for all of us. Our campsite from this first night was a little further away from Sedona than we wanted to be, so we headed back towards the main dispersed camping road to see if we could find a better site for the next night. I've camped in this area before, and it has changed a little bit, unfortunately. A lot of the open camping areas have been closed off, and there's just a couple dispersed sites to set up camp. It took us a little while to find a location that wasn't crowded with a bunch of people. We did eventually find a pretty good spot that wasn't taken, but the reality was we had a few other people set up right nearby us, and more came later that evening. We got a few things set up at camp, and the truck still had 100 miles of range. We hadn't charged though since before Flagstaff the previous day, and since we needed groceries, we decided to head into town, charge up a little bit, and grab some lunch. All right, we are currently charging at an Electrify America station in Sedona. We're about to grab some lunch really quick, and then we're gonna get out and hopefully do at least one hike. We've got a few picked out that we wanna do, so we'll see if we're able to get more than one done. And then for camp tonight, we already have a spot picked out. So once we're done hiking, we're gonna head back there, cook some dinner, and just hang out. After getting some groceries, lunch, and charging the truck up, it was time to head out on our hike. Ready for this? All right, we're going up. The Boynton Canyon Trail is really amazing, and there's a small offshoot that you can take to get to the Subway Cave, which is the area you're seeing here. There's a lot of climbing around and exploring to do, and it's definitely worth checking out if you're in Sedona. Just made our way through the Subway Cave. It was pretty cool. What did you think?
10 out of 10 would do it again.
I would do it again too.
It was pretty epic views, but a little bit challenging. We had a good time though.
It was just a special.
Back at camp, it was time to set up, relax, enjoy the views, and have some dinner. Christina cooked up some delicious tacos, and even though we couldn't have a fire, we still enjoyed sitting under the stars and having a relaxing evening. Before heading to the Charger, we hit up our favorite smoothie shop in Sedona. Definitely worth checking out if you're in the area. All right, we just packed up camp, got into Sedona, grabbed a little breakfast from this smoothie place that is really delicious. and just charging the truck a little bit right now, and then we're gonna get on the road. The plan is actually to take the southern route back to Irvine, and we're gonna go near Phoenix and then to Quartzsite. And there's a Rivian Adventure Charger in Quartzsite. I haven't been to that one yet, but it'll be cool to check that out. And it should be our only charging stop. So just one charging stop on the way back to Southern California. So we're gonna get on the road here pretty soon. The first leg of our drive was 220 miles to Quartzsite, Arizona, but the Rivian navigation was actually showing that we weren't going to make the drive without stopping an extra time to charge. I was pretty sure we'd be fine though, so I just ignored it. On our drive, we actually got off the highway at one point to check out some of these massive saguaro cactuses. There's a whole national park of these near Tucson, but they're everywhere throughout Arizona. Definitely worth the quick detour to see them up close. Made it to Quartzsite, didn't have to charge. Let's get some food. So we made the close to 500-mile drive home from Sedona, only stopping once to charge. And our entire trip was 1,100 miles. We saw a ton of cool stuff on this 4-day journey and had a lot of fun along the way.
There's a lot of buggles.
There's some bubbles, there's some water.
Now that's some high quality H2O.
There's actually no winders in this hotel. There it is. That's how you do it.
Calm down. Hold on. Chill out.
Oh, you're just doing it all on its own?
It's gonna get all bunched up.
You clearly, boys, both of you have not stayed in
Your
a
hair
Vegas.
color matches the blinds perfectly.
You guys have not stayed in a Vegas hotel
No.
before?
No.
Chill out. This is actually pretty cool room.
Screw camping. We should just stay here all weekend.
Really?
All right, that's the end of this Charge Overland episode. See you guys later.